Right now, I'm a little overwhelmed by the amount of civilization I'm in, but I'm happy to be home, of course. I'll be happy to get a shower and scrub my feet.
It was an awesome group to be with. Everybody was real friendly and helpful and polite.
This year we had anywhere from 12 to 15 people. It's always interesting to see how people will gel, and this year the group was just great.
Everybody got along real well and pulled together and loaned and borrowed stuff as they needed it. So it was a fun group. And all the common denominator was a concern for the river.
"107 miles in 5 days. It takes a lot of planning, but
We've changed the plans. We realized that the water's too high, Alum Bluff is too small, and we didn't have enough room for all of our campers. So we backtracked about a mile, and here we are, just less than a mile from the bluff. We'll pass it this morning.
The Blue Way, we tried to put in most of the high sandbars, but not all of them because there's so many on the river. But this gives us several options. The river's just always beautiful, and just seeing the bluffs and everything. For a lot of people, they've never seen bluffs like that in Florida along the river, so that's pretty shocking to suddenly come upon Alum Bluff.
One thing you can see on the bluff is a huge slide that occurred this past year. The face of that vertical cut right there, everything from up above there slid. That's really amazing event to see.
some of the rocks exposed are millions of years old. The bluffs are like old scars, from when Florida detached from Africa and joined the North American continent.
You start having that increased erosion, and part of the reason that it has occurred is if you look upstream, you'll see the dike field that the Corps put in back in the days when they were trying to manage the river for navigation.
This is extreme surgery on the river. For example, it would include some dikes at 86 different places, channel realignments or bend widenings at 91 places.
And those are intended to push the water to the outside bend, which speeds up the flow of the water and causes the bank to erode quicker.
The abandoned Jackson County Port Authority speaks to how often barges use the river these days.
We're easing up into Sutton Lake.
You doing all right?
Last year, this open space is as far as we got into Sutton Lake.
Last year it would have been hard to get up this far.
You couldn't get up this far. It's just a backwater swamp, the quintessential backwater swamp here where you have these Tupelo cypress. You have these low areas in the floodplain, and only certain vegetation can withstand the inundation for a long period of time. Back in these swamps, it's predominantly Tupelo and cypress. When these swamps stay dry for long periods of time, new vegetation will come in and the Tupelo may not come in, so you get those types of vegetation beginning to take over. Then when we do come back with a normal year, it kills off that vegetation, so you wind up overall with the floodplain forest thinning out.
This Tupelo flow is one of the most abundant honey flows in the whole United States.
We often think of the river in terms of what it gives us, and what we lose when the flow isn't there.
So Flat Creek is another one of the creeks that is cut off when the river is down at that real low stage, around 5,000 or 6,000 CFS. So this year, with the more normal flows that we've had, we're at somewhere between 10 and 12,000 cubic feet per second. So the fish can actually access up into the creeks where there's better habitat, cooler water.
Ooh, there's a bit of a drop off here.
Okay.
I got the whole jar of it. Like we could swim there. So
RiverTrek has evolved over the years.
You know, it's obviously a fundraiser for Apalachicola River Keeper, and that helps us continue our work.
This particular group has broken all fundraising records, which we're really excited about. We have a lot of work to do, so those funds, taking them back to the organization to continue our awareness and outreach campaign, it's very exciting to me.
Well, RiverTrek is such a cool event to me because it gives a lot of folks a connection to actually see and follow along what's going on the Apalachicola River, see some of it firsthand. There's a huge opportunity for just learning and understanding how important and unique the river, the floodplain are, and its connection to the bay.
For WFSU, I'm Rob Diaz de Villegas.